Good morning. This is JHS Weekly. I'm Kendall Lewis.
And I'm Alex Hunt.
FTC's annual blood drive, sponsored by the CNA classes, will be held Friday, December 7th in the Talon Room. Sign-ups will begin November 26th in the cafeteria at lunchtime. It will be held in the Talon Room from 9 o'clock to 3 o'clock. Sign-ups will be held every day in the cafeteria at lunch. Students who are 16 will have to have a parental consent form. Every student should eat a well-balanced breakfast the morning of and drink lots of water the day before and the day of. Students who donate will receive a free t-shirt, snacks, and even rolls from Texas Roadhouse. If you have any questions, please contact Mrs. Coble or CNA student.
The Joplin High School swim team recently made it to the state competition. Ryan Masher brings us more information.
Recently, the Joplin High School swim team made it to state. I want to talk to Coach Stoffer about more.
Well, we have practice every day for 2 hours, and sometimes, we incorporate dryland into that, which is push-ups, like basically anything out of the water. And then we also swim, try to get up to, quite a bit of yardage, and then a lot of sprinting. So I took 4 guys. I took Alex Crawford, Avery Oschlager, Dario Piccini, and then Ben Wardlow. And Alex and Avery both qualified in 2 individual races, and then all 4 boys we took 2 relays. So that all of the boys got to swim 2 relays. And then, so Alex and Avery, they got to swim their relays plus their individuals, and then if they made it back to the next day, which everyone did, they got to swim on Friday. I was the highest that we've ever placed before. I took both of my relays, placed top 8, which is all state, and we've never done that before. We've placed 9 through 16, which is honorable mention all state, but this year we got to be, we got 7th and 8th, and then Alex and Avery both got all state as well. Alex got 5th and 6th in his events, and then Avery got 3rd and 10th in his events. It was awesome. It was a really good feeling just to see kind of their training throughout the season. And then there's their accomplishments at the end. I mean, it's a big thing to make it to state, and then if you make it back the next day, especially making top 8, which is all state, it's a really big deal. And you never know going to those big meets how they're going to perform just with the type of atmosphere that's going to be. A lot of times they'll swim really well on the first day, and then you never know how they're going to swim on the next day since they're kind of already tired. But both the boys went in first day, made best times, personal best, and then the next day they came back and swam even faster, which was an awesome feeling, and it was really good to see. And I know they were excited about their swims and happy with their times.
Reporting for JHD, I'm Ryan Masher.
Thanks, Ryan.
Do you need winter clothes like shoes, socks, or sweaters? Talk to any of your classroom teachers to visit the Eagle Reserve. All items are free of charge to JHS students.
Joplin hosts both a Young Republicans Club and a Young Democrats Club. Kendall Lewis gives us a closer look at the Young Republicans of Joplin High School.
Sam Arisman is a co-founder of the Young Republicans Club. I went to go find out more information.
The Young Republicans Club is a club where people with more Republican values, conservative beliefs will meet up and discuss current events and political issues. We usually just find current events and issues. Some of us will bring different issues to the table, and we'll just discuss it and talk about from our side how we feel about that. All you have to do is just show up to the meetings and just be able to discuss what's going on, be able to talk about what we're talking about that day. The meetings are on Thursdays at 8 a.m. in Mr. Hancock's room, D3. I would say that if you like discussing politics, it's a good environment to talk about. Doesn't get too heated. No one gets super offended if you have a different opinion, so it's just a fun place and always an interesting time.
Reporting for JHD, I'm Kendall Lewis.
Thanks, Kendall. The Fun to Fund Club will be holding 2 fundraisers during the month of December. The funds of both of these fundraisers will be donated to the Eagle Pantry. Buy a candy cane for a good friend.
Most people are not aware of how much effort goes into the decision of a snow day. Zoe Baker has more information.
Canceled school is our first thing that pops in our minds when we hear snow on a school day. What makes us go to school on these kind of days? I spoke to Dr. Moss, our superintendent, for more information.
It's done collaboratively. Ultimately, the responsibility rests on me, but we will use people like our transportation director, Mr. Mike Bevis, Dr. Carrie Saketa, who is our director of operations, myself. We're usually all up and out at least by 4 a.m. and we're driving roads, we're checking the radar, we're looking at all kinds of data to help make that decision together. Criteria for a snow day can be numerous things. Ice, snow, we look at what was the temperature the day before or that evening. Sometimes ground temperatures can stay warm past when we start seeing that first snowflake. We look at the radar and look at the timing of events and what's it going to be like while buses are on the road in the morning, but as well what's it going to be like by the evening when buses start home. I always feel like it's good to collaborate with our neighbors, and particularly I have about 3 other superintendents in the area that will, well, what are you seeing? What's happening in your district? Try to use each other's expertise in making those calls. Many considerations that would make it maybe possible for one district to attend, whereas it might be more risky for another one. I think the thing that we have to keep in mind with Joplin schools is we tend to have to make our decision a little earlier than some of our neighbors. If we haven't made our decision by about 5:40, 5:45, then we're holding buses and we're not on schedule. So I think we do have to call it a little sooner than some of our neighbors do.
Just like the students and teachers, Dr. Moss enjoys snow days, even though we have to make it up later in the spring. Reporting for JHD, I'm Zay Baker.
Thanks, Zoe.
Student Council is once again hosting the Winter Formal Dance, a vintage Christmas. It will be held on December 15th in the JHS cafeteria and Eagle Alley. More information to come.
This has been JHS Weekly. Have a great week.